Hello, hello, beautiful sacred feminines. Welcome to another week. Here we are for our tarot and oracle reading to support us on our mission. Mission moving from fear into love. That is the mission. And if you hear traffic going by, sorry about that. Life on the road. It's mostly a quiet road, but I'm hearing some traffic, so I need the windows open because it's going to be warm today. There goes a truck right there. Sorry. What are you gonna do? Yeah, so we're just about an hour and a half away from the new moon, and holy heck, I'm feeling it. I've been feeling it for days, though. This is a powerful one. This is a new moon in Cancer. My moon is in Cancer, so it feels especially active anytime we've got planets or points going on in Cancer. I'm feeling it, so so yeah, but I think we're all feeling this one. We're all feeling everything right now. It's just some big stuff going on, big energies, really big, powerful energies. So you may have noticed I switched days on you. Ooh, today's Monday. That's the moon day. Perfect for a new moon. And I've been putting these videos out on Sunday, but I feel like I'm changing them to Monday. I think more people are online and, you know, seeing posts about this perhaps on Monday. So we're going to check that out and see, so I can get more visibility. I would love to get this message out to more people. And so we're going to see how that works. And it just felt right today. So we're going to see. That's part of the moving into receptivity and cycles and flow of the sacred feminine, you know, just not adhering to this rigid structure that has to be, you know, and I'm all for consistency and such, but I'm all for breaking the rules too and flowing. So the world's not going to end if I didn't get this video out on Sunday, and if I changed things up on you, so it's going to be okay. So, so yeah, so just, so there it is. So, I don't know that I have a lot more to say before we get going, so let's just invite in. I say invite in, but they're always here. Our spirit guides, our angels, the high vibe frequencies that we are made of. We're not calling anything in, we're just connecting with our own frequencies, our angelic frequencies, our high vibe frequencies of love and peace, and our frequencies of Mother Earth, the sun, the planets, the moon, all these beautiful frequencies that we are just simply made of. There it is, unity. You know, we're stepping into this unity consciousness right now, so there is no separation. These energies are not outside of us, they are us, and the more that we can recognize that and really start owning that, the more we'll, you know, be able to stop giving our power away to external factors and external sources. It's not out there, it's right here, it's right here. So I know we utilize like different terminologies and like angels and you know, maybe different deities we connect with, like Lord Ganesh right here, you know. I love connecting with this little Morty, but it's my own energy, so I just can't really highlight that enough. That's not the word I'm looking for, but emphasize. I can't really emphasize that enough, that these energies in like the rose quartz, this is not, it's here, and I'm able to work with it in this tangible form, but it's just part of my own energy. So always try to remember that. Don't give your power away to external things. You're not needing to call in anything. You are everything. You are completely complete and whole just as you are. You don't need anything outside of you. And the more we can come into this and remember this, the truth of this, the more we're going to be just empowered, and we're going to be the truth of who we are, which is beautiful, powerful beings of love and light. Powerful, powerful, powerful. We have everything we need. So I will leave it at that. Let's see, now that we've connected with all of our beautiful high vibe frequencies very intentionally, knowing that we're in this gorgeous, beautiful, sacred container, open to the energies that want to come through, open to the wisdom that wants to come through and to reveal itself to help us move through these really powerful times, especially on this new moon right now. We've got Pluto opposing the moon. We've got Pluto squaring the nodes, the moon and the sun squaring the nodes of fate. That's a little bit of astrology for you. I think more and more of us are following astrology, but basically what that means is we're really stepping into something new. We're really releasing. Pluto's like all about death and rebirth and transformation, and the nodes of fate are also doing that. They're at this end point. The end of these signs are getting ready to move into new energies tomorrow, so we're definitely at this critical degree. They call it the anaretic degree. It's the last point. So with Pluto squaring it, we're really shifting. We're dropping some big stuff, and with the new moon right here, new moon's all about beginnings. We are releasing some major steps. So if you've been in it, if you've been really heavy, if you've been just down and out, I was just in bed like 2 days ago. I was just in bed all day, like that's all I could do. I just had to let it go. So if you're, or maybe you're super energized, you know, it shows up different for all of us. Maybe you're super hungry, you're super tired, you're super emotional, you know, especially with a new moon in Cancer. So just, it's big stuff right now. So just try to allow it to move through as much as possible. Don't get attached to any of it. Don't personalize any of it. Don't make a big deal out of any of it. It's just what it is. Just allow it to move through, because that's what's happening. It's moving through. Systems are crumbling within. Our foundations are breaking down. Old systems are going. They're going. So just allow them to go. Don't get attached to the emotion of it. Don't create a big story around it. Just let it go. You know, it's not because of this, it's not this. I mean, yes, we're dealing with big energies. There's astrology in there, but don't get attached to story. Don't get attached to story, and don't try to figure out where the energy is coming from or whatever is arising. You know, don't dive into the past, and like, you know, sometimes that can be a little bit helpful, but we can get really lost in that stuff. So try to just let it move through, and just like, the more we can just allow it without needing to attach a story to it, the quicker it's just going to go and take what it needs to take with it, you know, and we're going to be able to step strong into this new energy that's coming in. That's just like, whew, it's a whole new game out here. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. So just allow. I just can't say that. And there's, I'm really wanting to emphasize a lot of things right now, because there's some big stuff. There is some big stuff. So allow, receive what's coming in, allow what's ready to go. My energy is quite elevated for sure. Which is funny because it's been really down the past few days. So, okay, let's see what the cards have to say for us. What's coming through? Opening to any words of wisdom, any advice, any guidance. How can we best work with the energies right now to help us release fear and move into love? Always moving into love, always remembering the truth of who we are, which is love, love, love. Underneath all the conditioning, the layers, the belief systems, the structures. Okay. Oops. This is actually upside down. We're going to leave it upside down. Interesting. Okay, let's see what's coming through here. This is very interesting. Okay, so first card we've got the Five of Wands reversed. Typically when I see reversed cards, for me, the way I tend to read that is an internal experience going on. And with the Five of Wands, there's you know, there's strife, and there's battle, and there's tension and conflict, but it's, with the wands, it's this, I always think of it with the transformation and the fire and the spiritual growth. So I kind of read these as very spiritual, our spiritual journey and what we're working with. So given that there is some conflict and tension here and transformation, and the five is transformation, it's just in that, and there's Pluto going on right now with the transformation. It is squaring the nodes, so that is a lot of tension. A square in astrology between two planets and points, it's a 90-degree angle, it's tension between those 2 points. So this, with it being upside down, it really speaks to what we're working with right now, with this internal tension. What is trying to shift and move in you that you are kind of maybe battling with and feeling some tension and not allowing? We were just talking about the allowing and release and the flow and the receptivity. What needs to shift internally that you're feeling? Maybe it's not necessarily such a conscious thing, like maybe you don't necessarily know exactly what it is, but you're feeling the tension. Or maybe you do know exactly what it is and you're holding on. You know, Pluto's gonna rip that right the heck out of there. It's not gonna let it. Doesn't oh shoot. The things aren't flowing through. It doesn't care. It's not gonna let you hold on to whatever you're feeling like you need to hold on to. It's gonna just rip it right out of there. So the more we can allow the process, again, there's allowing, the more we can allow for that release and the let go, the easier it's going to be for us. And Pluto is all about it's just love. It's supporting us. It's taking away what doesn't serve, you know, what is not supportive. As we move into this new world, we move into this new earth, this new consciousness, what needs to go? What are these old patterns, these old structures, these old belief systems that simply are not serving you? And yes, there may be tension inside, and I get that because I've been dealing with it myself. Like the couple of days ago when I was just in bed, it was feeling the crumbling of the old systems within me, the old structures within, the do, I gotta achieve, I gotta accomplish. If I don't do this isn't gonna happen. I'm not gonna meet my dreams. I'm not gonna have the life I want if I don't do, if I don't force, if I don't effort. And I was feeling that tension as I'm working very consciously with allowing whatever needs to go. And I just wasn't in the place to do, but the old structures were coming in saying, you have to do or you're going to fail. And I was just like, that's absolutely not true. It's not true. And I pushed back on that. And so all I could do was just lay in bed and not do, and just allow the uncomfortableness, the uncomfortability of that. And just like, I'm not going to fall prey to this. I'm not going to go back into old patterns and just start doing and accomplishing to try to put my mind at ease and to try to appease those old patterns and those old structures. Like, look, you're doing something, you're worthy, you're going to get where you need to go. No, that is not the world I'm trying to step into, that I am stepping into. It's very different. I'm allowing, I'm flowing. I know everything is perfection. So where is the internal battle for you? Where do you know you need to let go and you're struggling with that and you're having a hard time with that? So and that's going to look different for all of us, but I imagine that that's speaking to some part of you. And then when you do here's the King of Pentacles. What's on the other side of that? It's a mastery. It's a mastery of our 3D world. You know, it's a moving out of the 3D world. Maybe this is kind of like a finalization, because I feel like that's a lot what we're doing. We're moving out of this 3D consciousness. We still live in a 3D world, but this is part of what we're letting go of with the 3D, the old systems, old structures. But the King of Pentacles, it's an earthy sign, and this is about our wealth and abundance in the tangible form. But also I feel like, oh yes, okay, the North Node is at the final degree of Taurus, moving into Aries. It's moving out tomorrow. This is its last day. Taurus is earthy. It's wealth. It's our abundance. It's our physical, tangible world. It's our worthiness, our sense of worth. So it's worth inside, which is what reflects our outside, reflects our internal worth. You know, and I don't mean, it's just when we don't feel worthy of having everything, having our needs met. If we don't feel worthy of our dreams coming true, then they don't. Our external world matches that. So here is the King of Pentacles, which is the final, that's like the energetic degree of the Earth Pentacles, the Earth element in the Tarot. So this to me really speaks to that final degree point, that Taurus that North Node in Taurus, that completion. You know, we are in that completion energy right now. So despite there being tension and stuff, we have moved through a big process here. What is your sense of self-worth? How much have you, fix that. How much have you come through over these past 18 months in regards to the North Node moving through Taurus? How have you connected with your own sense of self-worth, your internal sense of self-worth, and how is that shifting your external world? And what are you still needing to let go of? We're at that final point right now, so let it go. Let this energy just take it out, release it, and embody, bask in the beauty of this culmination of the North Node moving through Taurus. How have you stepped into your power? How have you stepped into more worthiness? How is your, well, I'm not going to say that, but yeah, that's really what I'm feeling around that. And the more we can let go, the more we can be in our worthiness and trust it. We can really trust it. And now, this is really a perfect card right now, too. We've got the 8 of Cups. It's kind of hard to see. There's a little bit of sun glare. There we go. The 8 of Cups. And this guy's walking away from the cups. Then there's the moon in there. There's a lot of like jagged mountains behind. He looks a little dejected, you know. There's a few ways that we can work with this card. And what's coming through for me right now, given the energies that we're working with right now, he's walking away. He's walking away from some old emotions, some old baggage, you know, and given that the moon is right there too, this feels like an empowering card to me right now. You know, the moon, he's turning away, walking a different direction into new landscapes. There's the water, there's the emotions, and it's interesting because it feels like one is missing too, like there's an empty space in there. So I really feel like it's moving away from a feeling of lack, you know, it's moving away into a new direction, even though not really sure exactly where he's going necessarily, but just like, I'm kind of done, I'm over it, I'm ready to go. I see you in there, moon. I see you, and I know that these are some big energies we're working with, but I'm ready to move on. Yeah, there really are different ways to work with this card, but that's what's coming through right now. What are the old emotions that we're leaving behind, especially given that the moon is in Cancer right now, and the moon is in this card, and that is a water card. It's all about our emotions. So what are the old patterns that we're ready to walk away from that are not serving us well? And maybe they did at one point, but they just aren't anymore, not as we step into this new consciousness. So there's yeah, old patterns, maybe some old mother wounds. You know, let's get the heck out of this story. Let's move out of this story. The story may have served us well at a certain point, but let's get over it and let's be done. Let's write a new story for ourselves. Let's move into this new chapter. All of these, you know, and the South Node in Scorpio, that is, you know, that speaks to this card big time too, because Scorpio is a water sign, very sensitive. It is those deep emotions. It is very deep, dark, internal psyche, especially with Pluto right here, you know, squaring. Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. Death, rebirth, transformation. Really walking away from some old shit. Honoring the South Node through Scorpio. That's intense. Scorpio is a deep, intense sign. And those are some powerful clearings with the South Node moving through. What have you had to look at yourself? What have you had to see and face in yourself over the past 18 months? And what is really up for you right now with Pluto squaring? What is it like, okay, we moved through all this, now it's time to really cut the cords and let go. Really cut the cords and let go. And Pluto's going to be squaring these nodes through the end of the year. So the more you can let go right now, the easier it's going to be, because we're kind of going to be in this energy, but it can be a very empowering energy, you know, especially, yeah, we're going to be moving into new energies tomorrow. So what are the old mother wounds that you can let go of that aren't serving you to take forward? It's like, you know what, shit happened. It happens to all of us. Do we want to be stuck in that? Do we want to be stuck in the abandonment, the rejection, the, you know, whatever it was for us, the emotional turmoil like that? You know, it happens. It's part of life. Now let's move on. Let's create a new story. It's old news. Let's let it go. Let's let it go. It doesn't belong in the new earth with us. It doesn't belong in this new reality that we're creating for ourselves. It's an old paradigm. It's an old way of being. These are the structures that are falling apart, being attached to story, being attached to trauma, being attached to grief and suffering. You know, I'm really in this place right now where I'm just like so over it. I'm so over the old, all of the traumas and all this stuff. And I know that's really what I work with. So I'm wondering how that shift is going to affect what I'm putting out into the world. But that's part of what's ready to go. You know, we've been stuck in the story, stuck in the trauma, stuck in the healing process. You know, let's like, okay, we've done a lot of healing. We really have, like, let's embody this new way, or let's not get stuck in the healing. Maybe there's some stuff that still needs to be worked through. I get it. I understand. But how can we do it in a more empowering way where it's not like, oh, I'm broken, something's wrong with me, I have to fix this, oh, and now I have to fix this, and now I have to move on and fix this. It's like we're going to be in this perpetual cycle of it's lack, and it's something wrong with us. You know, the more we adhere to that, the more we're in lack, and the more something's wrong, and the more we're not where we want to be. So, you know, let's let go of that emotional stress and turmoil, and you know, let's find a new way. Let's move into some new energies. But those to me are definitely, these are the nodes right here for sure. And here is Pluto battling it out with these nodes. Like, that is awesome. But just annihilating it, letting it go. Again, allow. How can you release? What can you journal about to, like, you know, what's up for you right now? Write about it and just like let it go, you know? Or just stop too. Just say, I'm done. I give it to God. And this isn't my jam anymore. I don't want to deal with this. Decree it, you know? Let's pull an oracle card and see what they have to say. This is, again, this gorgeous, beautiful deck. See, it's a little hard to... Woo! Raven Falan. Gorgeous, gorgeous imagery. Seeker Oracle. I really like this one. All right. Let's see what they have to say. Woo. There she be. Love it. This is so good. Okay. Oh, that's funny. It has a little line on it. Sorry about the glare. It says a choice to make. And here's this amazing freaking dragon with the fire. There's that spiritual energy, that spiritual transformation energy. A choice to make. Are we going to stay in this shit? Or are we going to move into this? That's our choice. What are you ready to let go of and just be freaking done with? You know, like, let's just be done with some stuff. Let's be done with the mother wound. Let's be done. Let's let it go and step into a new way. Let's let go. Yeah, a choice to make. And that's what they're saying. I don't know if, you know, how much you follow astrology or kind of the bigger themes happening in the world right now, but they're saying a lot. I keep hearing it over and over and over. We're at a critical choice point right now. People are choosing to stay really mired in the old systems in the 3D world, or they're choosing to move forward into a new way, into the new earth consciousness. But people are kind of really like, they're at that place. It's like, which way are you gonna go? You know, which way are you gonna go? Are we gonna stay trapped in the old traumas and the old energies and the old emotions and the old patterns and the old cycles and the old relationship habits and the old, you know, giving our power away, outsourcing our power, all the ways, the unworthiness. Are we going to stay trapped in that, or are we going to claim a different way and just like, no, I'm done with that. That's old shit. Let's move into the new. Let's embody a new way. It can really be that easy. It doesn't have to be such a struggle, and that's part of the old paradigms too. Life doesn't have to be a struggle. I'm really embracing that lately. It's like that's actually an old story. It doesn't have to be hard work. It doesn't have to be struggle. It doesn't have to be like years of healing process. You know, I was contemplating the other day, like getting into a new relationship, and it's just like, what will that look like? Oh my gosh, I have more healing to do, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, fuck that. This is how I am. I'm perfect exactly how I am. I'm not going to go into get lost in that. Like that, that's what I'm going to show up for somebody else. Oh, I still got all this shit to work on. Like, no, I'm going to rock out exactly how I am, how I'm showing up. So, yeah, what choice are you making right now? Are you ready to step into the new earth? Are you ready to step into this beautiful self-love and this gorgeous energy? Or do you want to still stay stuck in the kind of old struggle? It's hard. My needs aren't being met. I'm in lack. I'm in scarcity, you know? I don't know. You know, so really feel into that for yourself. Feel into the internal struggle that you're working with. Feel into all the shit that you're ready to leave behind for fucking good. That's the energy of this right now. That's the energy of the Pluto squaring the nodes. We're done. We're done with some things. We are deeply done with some things. And really, you can make that choice. You can really just make that choice for yourself. So that's what I got today. And I think that's really powerful and beautiful. Just if you are watching this today, we have the new moon circle this evening, and it's funny because I call these like new moon healing circles and full moon healing circles, but I'm getting ready to change the name of that because again, I'm kind of tired of being in this perpetual cycle of healing. You know, I think we're going to change it to like the new moon love circle, the new moon joy circle, the new moon celebration circle. You know, like let's start having some fun here. That's why we came here on this gorgeous planet, to connect with each other, to have fun, to play, to enjoy. You know, let's move out of the healing. So over it. So watch for that change and other changes that are going to start happening with what I'm doing and putting out there. So I really just want to come together and love each other and be together and celebrate and connect. And that doesn't mean that we're not still going to work with some old patterns, because of course they might be arising. I don't know what it's going to look like, but we're going to move forward. I'm in allowing and flowing. And if all the past stuff needs to fall apart for me, everything I've been working on up till now needs to fall apart, so be it. I absolutely trust in this process. I trust in this new earth consciousness that we're moving into. I trust in the love that I'm feeling and that's flowing through me. And I know I'm absolutely held. And if everything needs to fall apart, it's for my highest good. I absolutely know and trust that. So what is ready to fall apart in your life that you can just let go of, knowing that you are fully held and supported, and that it all of it is divinely timed, divinely inspired, just gorgeous, beautiful, to support you. Life is happening for you, not to you. So that's it. There I am. So yeah, I think I'll just leave it at that. So thanks for being here. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good things. If you are interested in getting a personal reading, reach out to me. I'm gonna start offering that. I think that sounds like a fun thing to explore. So yeah, let's see what happens with that. Let's see what else. Yeah, lots of different love circles on my website. You can check those out and start connecting with your sisters and working on themes that help us step into our power, just really stepping into our power. It's going to be a little bit different focus. It's just really kind of a switch in terminology, a little shift in focus. It won't be so healing focused. It's going to be empowerment focused. You know, like, what are we aligning with? What are the energies we're bringing into ourselves? And what do we want to move towards, you know, and what do we want to just step into? You know, it's all right here, actually. If it's in your heart and you're dreaming it, it's part of your experience. It's here for you. Now, how do we just step into that, you know? So that's what we're going to be doing in the circles, and in one-on-one sacred feminine awakening sessions. It will be the same thing, just stepping into your power and working on that. And yeah, and then I've got my programs as well that are also all about it, stepping into our power, embracing the new earth consciousness, and really rocking it out, owning it, like, ooh, okay. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bells. I put these out every week, and other videos. I have another video to post, so I'll be doing all that. And yeah, if you got anything, if you need support with anything, just reach out. I'm totally here. I love you so much. And yeah, I'll be back. Bye all. Happy new moon to you. Where's the little cursor? Hello again, beautiful sacred feminines. This is a part 2. I don't know if I'll be able to splice the 2 videos together, but I was recognizing with the 8 of Cups card that showed up, given that we're working with Pluto opposing the moon. In that card, I put it away now already, but in that card, the person is walking away from those cups. The cups represent our emotions, and in the general way. And the moon is in that card, kind of looking down, just like, kind of with an interesting look on its face, her face. So the way I'm feeling that, and I didn't really tap into it in the moment, when the previous reading, was with Pluto opposing the moon. And I know I touched on this, it's letting go of some old emotions, but maybe what are you walking away from very reluctantly and really having a hard time walking away from? But Pluto is kind of forcing our hand. It's just like, oh, I am really feeling that. Again, we talked about the story, releasing the story. Just what are we walking away from, even though it's hard? Maybe these emotions are just, they've kind of been a soothing blanket for us, even though, it's not necessarily been comfortable, but they've been our default, and they've just been there for us, and they've been kind of soothing us in a funny way. It's been a comfort zone, comfortability in those old emotions that even if they're not necessarily serving us, we're just used to it, and it's easy to go back to them. It's easy to return to them. And with Pluto opposing this new moon in Cancer, it's just like, it's time to let go. It's time to let go. And so the person is walking away, but you can tell there's some grief and some sadness in that walking away. So, what are we leaving behind that might not be necessarily so easy, but we know it's time. At some level, we absolutely know it's time. Or what do you need to let go of? What do you need to let go of that Pluto is really shining? Not saying shining a light on, because that would be more full moon that illuminates, but Pluto is definitely bringing it to our attention. Where might you be mired in some old emotional patterns that just simply aren't serving you, and that you must walk away from? And there's that choice point. We had the choice to be made card in the Oracle card. Yeah, what do we need? And I know we touched on this earlier, but I really wanted to highlight that, because I didn't talk about Pluto opposing the moon, and that is, they're at odds. The moon is our emotions and our intuition and our feminine energies. The wounded feminine, I'm seeing that card right now, is the wounded feminine, and Pluto's over here it's time to let that shit go. It's not gonna serve you going forward. I get it, I understand, and we did talk about the wounding, the mother wound. That's let's let go of that. So I'm feeling that even more, and so I just wanted to emphasize that a little bit more. What is Pluto saying? You've got to let go of that in order to step into your power, in order to step into that King of Pentacles, that new earth mastery, mastery that we've done. We've moved out of, we've gone through that whole cycle of Taurus, the North Node in Taurus. How do we let go of that old Scorpio deep dive psyche, emotional trauma, wounding of the mother, to move into that Taurus mastery? So I just wanted to throw that out there, because yeah, we're at a choice point. Even though it's hard, even though it can be challenging, but there's something it's time to let go of in a really big way, and it's around the wounded feminine. It's around the emotions. It's around, I feel it being around the mother for sure, because we all have something around that. So, and Pluto it's here to support us. If we're able to let go, there's beauty on the other side of it. You know, there's so much beauty on the other side, and freedom and release and power and flow, and just where can we surrender? Like that person in the card is clearly walking away, like they've kind of surrendered it. It's like, I know this is hard, but it's time for me to go. I can't keep doing these patterns anymore. I can't keep being in that emotional turmoil, you know? And maybe that's what the moon is looking over. It's just like, oh, but we've been mired in this, and now you're walking away. This is our comfy zone. We're so used to these old patterns and these old emotions, and now you're going to walk away from this? There's a part of us that really wants to hold on. It really wants to hold on and feel validated in that, but Pluto is saying, nope, time to go. You're done. You're done. So, just wanted to throw that out there, and I might have to make a part 2 video. We'll see what happens. I don't know how to edit the videos yet. One day I will maybe possibly learn that. I have a small desire to. Obviously it's not a priority, or I would have figured it out by now, but I haven't even looked into it. So on my other computer, I know how to put the videos together. So, but that would require me putting these videos onto that computer so I can use that program. I don't know. We're going to see what happens. So this might be a second video. Anyway, a little more food for thought there. And yeah, come to the circle tonight. Let's talk about it. Bye, everybody. I can't see the little cursor. Okay, there it is. Bye.